so today we're going to recondition the brakes and the wheel bearings on the 250 SE. Customer came in, said that his father is going to be driving the car and he also lives on a steep hill. He wanted to make sure he wasn't going to pretty much kill himself if the brakes failed. So what we're doing is we're going to recondition everything. Okay, so with the hub, you have a bearing, and then you also have a race. Now the race is pressed in to the hub, and of course it's not going to sit like that. It's going to be driven all the way in, but since it's already out, these are the used ones. The bearing is then going to ride on the race. Same thing with the backside. You have a race, and you have the bearing that pushes in, and that's what spins the hub on the spindle itself. Now, to keep the grease in, we have a seal. Now this is the old seal, which is one of the reasons why we're changing it out. This is how it was when we got to the car. The rubber is very hard. Someone had taken and put it in with a hammer, which is not the correct way, and it's pretty much junk. So what we're doing now is we're going to go ahead and change the disc brake to a new one, which is, as you can see, perfect. And then you're going to use, and you always want to change out and use a brand new pad. No matter how good the old one is, you want to make sure that it's good. What I usually do is I will pack it by hand, which what you do is you put grease in your palm, either with a glove or without. It really doesn't matter as long as it's clean. And you take and you want to smash the grease in all the way around, and you want to keep rotating it back and forth. And what it's going to do is it's going to pack the grease inside here, and it's going to start to drive it up. Once it's driven all the way up, you'll see the grease starting to come all the way around on the outside. So once that's done, you can go ahead and leave that to the side. Okay, you want to do the same thing with the rear. You want to pack the grease, make sure that's good, but make sure everything is in a nice clean area. You want to take the back race, make sure that's in too, just like the front one. Make sure it's nice and tight. Once you have the races both in, pick up your bearing. You can go ahead and put it in. You want to start with the rear. Once you drive the rear in, you take your seal and you get a seal driver tool that goes around it, and you tap it in with the driver tool till it's nice and flush, and it bottoms out to where it won't go anymore. Go ahead, and you're going to want to take it and you're going to put it in, and then you're going to line it up, and from the back side you're going to put in your Allen bolts. Okay, now you can see that the Allen bolts are tight against the hub and they've been torqued properly. Now what you're going to do is, as you can see, your front bearing isn't in yet. You want to take and you want to push and very gently slide it on to where it seats. Once you do that, you can pick up your bearing, slide that in. It's in. And what you want to do is you want to take your washer and put your washer in, and then your nut. You want to make sure that your bearings do not have too much pressure on it. So what you want to do is you want to spin it. And a good rule of thumb for me that I've always done is you kind of want to get it to where there's a little bit of drag on it, and then you want to back it off 1/4 to 1/8 of a turn so it spins nice and free.
Okay, so this is one of the cars we just got in, and we're going to send out all the wood to have it reconditioned, because if you can see, we've got 2 different shades going on right here, not including the speaker vent, which happens to be a 3rd shade.